Hey guys, I'm RozaldVane, and welcome back to another episode of The Silver Curse. Sorry, I was just being weird about it. Anyways, last episode we basically started up another Tokio Morishima story report thing, where we're now in sort of the time where Kamui Drome happened. So we're basically following Tokio during that time period. What we haven't expected yet has been the email that Tokio sends towards our character, being one that we haven't experienced yet, and the other is probably what happens afterwards, I guess, because we don't know exactly what's going to happen here just yet. But otherwise, so far we've only been trying to hunt down we're trying to figure out the internet stuff, because Tokio is pretty out of touch with internet stuff. I think he was threatened by the chat room at one point, and he was like trying to research a bit more about Kamui.net because of the guy who's giving him the contractor basically wanted him to, or the contractor, yeah, I guess I don't know if it's contractor or the person who ordered him, I guess would be the wording for it, but yeah, the guy ordering Tokio to do the thing is wanting him to look into Kamui.net. So here we are, sleeping again. Yeah, I think we already read everything. I just haven't read the computer yet. I need to buy some more curtains. I need to buy some curtains. Okay. Frickin' Erica. Why does she hate talking on the phone so much? I mean, I know emails is more certain, but still. Well, I mean, maybe because she kind of feels like you would kind of like, actually, I don't use this mechanic as much anymore, like looking up and down. It's kind of sad for me a little bit, but yeah, because I realized that there's not a lot of the mechanic of looking up and down anymore. Like, they don't usually have it where it's enforced to look up and down in some of the contact points. Even though it's one of the key things they try to teach you in this game, they just never tell you to use it ever again. Like, they don't even do it as much anymore, so it kind of sucks for me. Alright. To the inbox. Masao Morishima. Wait, is this Morishima as in... I love how they both have the same last name. I just realized that. So Masao Morishima is the detective dude, the guy who looks like John Lennon, I think, or like a very like oldie looking person in the HC unit. So yeah, we haven't seen Masao in a long time, so we barely see him now. But even though we had a lot of interaction with him, with our character, in the time of doing Spectrum, I think it's called. Yeah, Spectrum chapter, we had a lot of interaction with him, but sadly we haven't been able to talk to him as much since then. Subject, from mom. Oh wait, no, this is his mom. What? Why does he have his mom talking to him in like email? That's a weird one. It's still hot out, but how have you been doing? As always, you don't call, so I'm mailing you now. You're probably surprised, right? Taka taught me how to use the computer, so now I can send emails. Taka also told me your email address. Is this email reaching you? What have you been up to these days? Do you have work? Please be careful and take care of yourself. I received a bunch of the pomegranates you love, so I sent you some. They should be there by now. Anyway, I'll mail you again soon. Please get a hold of me once in a while. Mom. Aww. At least the mom cares. From Tokio Morishima to Masao. Re from mom. I got your mail. I'm doing okay. Work is fine. Pomegranates. Huh. Did I love those? I'll reply later. But after 3 years of no contact, of course a person would worry. And sending pomegranates out of the blue after all this time, that's pretty abrupt. Maybe it might not even be his mom. Okay, I guess they don't let me check the other email. From no name, subject no title. Do you know who I am? Don't bother checking the address, but you probably have an idea who this is. Stay away from Kamui.net. Same goes for the HC unit. Stay completely away from anything involving Kamui. This isn't a request, it isn't even a warning. What I'm doing is much more simple than that. Turtle Guy, what command do I use to leave? Forget Kamui. Kill your memories. Yes, that's the command you've been given. Okay, fine, I got it. Sorry for the disturbing your chat. I feel bad. I'll disappear. That's right. Your very existence is literally going to disappear if you don't follow orders. Take care. The bat is always watching you. Wait, what? I thought the bat was the one dude we already made contact with. Hiseki. What's going on? Game, what is going on? Don't tell me some guy just read through the other stuff and then just pretended to be the rat. I guess I will call this guy the rat rather than the bat. I'm confused, right? Son of a gun. You finally showed up. Mother trucker. This better be the real one. I'm gonna expose the crap out of you. Tokio to Moshima to Slash about the bat. Remember the bat? He mailed me. Looks like the person you found before wasn't really the bat. It was a dummy. Look into it properly this time. I'll pay you whatever. Just get me info on him. I want to draw him out. Right in front of me. You get paid to do this, so you're a pro, right? Don't get fooled again this time. Makes sense. Memo time again. The bat is a hassle. I can tell he's just going to keep getting in my way. He knows everything I'm doing online. He also knows that I've been going to the HC unit. Who would want to know this stuff? Maybe someone's in love with me. My god. Imagine Erica's the bat. I would be surprised. Yeah, I would be super surprised if Erica was the bat. Like, if Erica was the bat, everything just makes sense. Things would just click and make sense all this time. But why would she do it? Like, what would be the motive, anyways, by that point? But then again, yeah, the bat literally loves Kamui, not Tokio, so that's why he's trying to prevent people from going into Kamui, I guess, maybe. That's probably what it is, because the bat knows who they want following Kamui and not the ones who can. Like they're trying not to make new followers who are annoying and pesky to Kamui's influence. And try to make sure that they don't follow further, I guess. I need to find out more about the bat. Maybe I'll contract another investigation. Slash should be able to find something. That chat room is run by his company. Really? Wow. Slash is very powerful. Why the hell did he not show up in the chat then to simmer down those folks who were threatening Tokio? What the hell? Erica can't do anything, but Slash should be able to get in through the back end and check stuff out. It'd be no problem for him. But the problem is that I was chatting with Erica. I have to be careful. How did the bat know about me? Is there some sort of hidden camera in my apartment? How did he know from the beginning that I was chasing after Kamui? I can't figure it out. You know Hana's useless. Maybe when I was chatting with your wife, Erica, he suddenly showed up. Wait, is he trying to imitate Red's voice into his head? Possibly. Nope. This can't be it. Can it? I feel like the bat portrait is the one with the camera, but I might be wrong. Alright, Daily Mail. Gotta always check the today's word. Today's word. A fool speaks of a dream. This means things are becoming more and more cloudy due to ridiculousness. Like an idiot trying to explain a dream. I probably disagree. Sorry, I just rolled my... I did that for no reason. Anyways, yeah. No, I don't know. I don't think that's true, though. Things don't become more cloudy. Well, actually, no, I see why. Because a fool who speaks of a dream means that it's somebody who's stupid talking about a dream because they don't know anything and they just say bull crap over and over again thinking that that was the dream, but it's hard to explain anyways, I guess. Maybe. Transition to the next day. Okay, well, I'll probably talk about it when we finish this game, but I want to state one of my other issues with this game so far, but I'd rather hold that off, and if I forget it, sure, whatever. But I'm hoping not to forget my thought of that. Back to the jack bar. Bar jackhammer. The bar jackhammer. There we go. As I entered my regular shot bar, I saw a rare face. Erica was sitting at the bar, talking with the bartender. I probably had a weird look on my face, as Erica stared at me as if to say, well, excuse me for being here. I went and sat down next to her at the bar. So Erica's here for the first time ever for when we were entering the bar. I'm assuming she's a regular here too, but we just never caught up with her in here before. You're in just the right place. Am I? What do you mean? You know what this place, or what this is. What is it? I got it from someone. Someone gave you a present? Oh snap, it's a pomegranate. Have you ever had one before? Of course. I like these. Here, take one then. I have too many to eat. I thought maybe I could just sell them here. A new job? Who the hell gave you pomegranates anyways? My mom. Your mom? Apparently I like these. What a nice mom. Yeah, she's awesome. We're not actually related by blood, though. Huh? I was adopted. I didn't know that. I hadn't told you. Anyways, regardless of how I probably look, I was raised with lots of love and care. More than I needed. That's why it turned out like this. I love how they're breaking down Tokio as a character slowly, and at this point we're now kind of looking behind Tokio's true history a little bit. Because in 25th Ward, I don't think we really truly explored Tokio as a character in terms of past history, because a lot of it was like, oh, I forgot who I am. Oh, my name is Tokio Morishima. Thanks, Slash, for telling me my whole name and my whole background, sort of. And I'm just like, okay, I guess. It's like, it seemed like his identity didn't matter. But in this game, his identity truly matters, but at the later point, because all this time we spend a lot of times just looking into Tokio as like doing his job versus doing his job and learning about himself at the same time, or at least remembering about himself, reminiscing about himself. But yeah, I think this chapter will most likely be, or this branch will most likely be important to knowing who Tokio Morishima truly is. But we'll see. So, I can't really face my mom. Since when? Maybe when I was about 7? What about before that? I don't really remember. Yeah, that's just like you. Is it now? You probably think that's cool, right? Well, totally unrelated, but you're drinking something weird. You're always drinking that? This is my first time. By the way, am I correct in assuming that our work is done? If so, then it happened again. What? He's back. Who is? I just love how your ghost is like, what? What? Oh god, who's back? I don't know. I mean, I was thinking about something else with he's back for some reason. My head is just weirdly in a weird place right now when she said that. It's like I don't think people will get the reference. But anyways, I'm not gonna attempt using that reference since not a lot of people watch or know this reference maybe. Oh no, it would be, yeah, there's another reference here that I had in my head now. I'll be back. The Terminator. That was another reference in my head. Anyways, the same dream continued. The same woman was there, silent. Suddenly she was next to me. She asked why I was there again. I just happened to be there, I guess. I walked toward the bus, asked her what life weight was. She slowed down and looked at me. She said, "You're not the standard." I asked again, and she said, I'll tell you then. Life weight. That's a word used by ranchers when weighing livestock before slaughter. Live weight. Okay. But I'd rather call it life weight because it's like a life of some kind of thing. But whatever. The animals get sent back if they aren't heavy enough. And you didn't have enough life weight yet. This realness. What the hell? It's creepy. Probably because it sounds kind of almost too realistic of a conversation to Tokio that he just not sure what to think of it with that dream. I can't escape. Ugh. Ugh. I'm guessing he had another dream with the bus situation again with the lady. September 4th. 10 a.m. 10:30 a.m. almost. I'm sorry, I like the... Honestly, the background music for this scene, or Tokio's room, is always catchy now, because it keeps playing in the background. It's like, I can kind of remember it right off the top of my head already. I honestly think the music in this game is pretty good though, because I think that it has this sort of like, although it kind of sounds synthy in some capacity, I feel like not only is the synth there, it's trying to play that noir vibe through the instrument or through the machine or the electronic music that they're trying to make. Whoever was a composer for this is doing a good job already, I think, because it's like, it's so definitive of what this experience is all about. It's like this sort of detective noir almost, but it's like a 1990s Japan setting background genre theme that just feels right for this kind of thing. And it really does remind me of like these old cinema, the Asian cinema kind of style of like noir stuff, police stuff that I've watched as a kid, I guess. And it kind of has that vibe to it a little bit. But yeah, anyways. What the hell? Maybe the heat is giving me these fever dreams. Hey Red, let's take a trip to the beach together sometime. Let's interact with Red again. In the summer, I gotta make sure to clean his tank properly. I thought we have been cleaning his tank all this time. Alright, window. Nasty. I really need to wipe this down. Telephone. Okay, silence on the telephone. Got it. Alright, computer time. Let's see what Slash has to say, because Slash might have something to say about the bat situation. About the bat. It's from Slash. Wow, that was a dummy? Damn. The bat is probably using some crazy good software. Sounds fun. I'll try again. I don't know if I'm a pro, but whatever. It's probably best to cause some trouble for the bat. I'll need some time, so I'll get back to you again. Our mail might be being intercepted. How exciting. I'm attaching a file to cover up our footsteps. You're welcome. You know what a vandal is? He's the type of networker who likes to do destructive stuff. That's who broke Kamui Net. Who broke Kamui Net. See you, Slash. Alright. Mail time again. I guess we just need to wait till the time passes over so Slash can hunt down whoever is the bat, truly, I guess. Slash sent over part of the broken Kamui Net. That old man guy broke Kamui Net. Oh, so Tomo broke Kamui Net somehow. I don't think that Tomo / old man truly broke Kamui Net on purpose. I think he accidentally did it, or that he just felt kind of interested in what the Kamui Net was all about, so he just wanted to dig deep into it. Then he made the new Kamui Net. A new hero is born. What a bunch of dumbass bullcrap. The internet is a tool made by people. It's nothing special nor new. It's like a fake world, incomplete, full of weirdos and psychos. Actually, that feels like a real good definition of today's internet world, I feel like. It just feels semi-fake, because, you know, like Twitter, YouTube, Twitch chat, mostly, like Twitch accounts, but mostly on the Twitch chat side of things. Like, there are bots, and so it kind of makes this artificial, synthetic world feeling to the internet in a weird way. And sometimes you don't even know if you're talking to a real person. You might be a computerized AI. Like, it could one day happen where we're just talking to an AI who learns or has a specific knowledge, and they just have a specific response that they can come up with, and it would be so interesting. Well, but in the case of this game, I feel like, yes, it's incomplete, but in today's time with the internet, we're kind of almost complete in a sense. Like, we already defined a lot of places we can go to and find the stuff we need at the very least. And then yeah, the internet is filled with weirdos and psychos, because some people are really nice and polite, and those are the type of people I think that are like at least normal at least. But then there are people who are just like trolls and stuff like that, and those are kind of like semi weirdos, not psychos, but most likely weirdos. And then the psychos are defined as like people who just want to actually threaten you online, and those are actual psychos, I feel like. But anyways, I feel like it does define a bit of what the internet is today. It makes people dumb. Destruction, creation, the birth of heroes, it all shows how stupid this crap is. So, if there's danger there, it's due to all the stupidity. A mongoloid with a knife is dangerous. Bad is the same. Or maybe not. I still have no idea what's going on, and it pisses me off. Alright, let's check today's word. Oh god, I messed up. Today's word. Men use thought only to justify their injustices, and speech only to conceal their thoughts. Voltaire. Okay, I see that they're using an actual famous philosopher's words. Alrighty, cool. Yeah, I'm guessing we're gonna get into the next day maybe, somehow, soon. Mulholland. What was Mulholland again? Oh, it's a cigarette store. Yeah, same day. Smoke shop Mulholland. It's interesting that we don't have the vending machine thing like we did in 25th Ward. Instead, we're using this smoking shop as a way to get to the thing. 1 carton of the regular. Oh, here you go. Placebo, right? I envy you. Sorry if I cracked my voice in a weird way, because I went too high, and then I was like, wait, I went too high for that part. I'm not mimicking a real old lady thing. I have a specific old lady sounding thing, but I didn't want to go for it. I just want to go for like the Joker-ish-esque vibe of it, I guess. So, yeah. Where did that come from all of a sudden? Where did all that come from all of a sudden? I'm sorry, I'm trying to piece together the voice a little bit to kind of go back to how I read it, but it's hard. You seem like you don't know, you don't have a care in the world. What, me? Am I wrong? Huh. Wrong? I mean, like, quit wasting time here and do some work. Work. Huh. You need to get yourself a job. Job. At least these dialogues with the old lady is short, so I don't have to keep reading too far into it. But I feel like I did kind of messed up her voice already, or messed up her reading in like this part instead of the last few episodes. Yeah, sometimes I read things and I forget how it sounds like, because I can go a lot of different ways with something, but if it's an established voice that I know that's guaranteed, like a character like Rick and Morty kind of thing, then I can kind of read it off like that. Or if it's Joker kind of thing, I'll read off like that. Batman, same thing. It's like, if it's a well-defined character, I'll try to read it like that. But sometimes I forget because the characters don't get used too much, and that happens a lot to me, where I'm just like, oh, it's a throwaway character, potentially. I'll read this one off and then disappears. Like the one guy who we met in the first episode with Tokio Morishima, like when he talked to the guy who knows a lot about Kamui. It's like, we don't see the guy anymore. Like, what happened to him? So, I'm pretty sure I forgot his voice already, too, at the same time. The dream continues. The woman says, you still don't remember. Remember who those kids were. I tried hard to remember. I've been here before. But I can't remember. The bus is coming soon. The kids are coming, too. Be quiet and don't look at anything. And no matter who speaks to you, don't ever answer them. They won't ignore you like before. They won't leave you alone. They've accepted you as their friend. They'll come to talk to you. She warns me, once they notice you, they'll seal you in and you won't be able to escape. Even if you thought you had gone away, they can bring you back here anytime. Don't ever give in to their instigations. Then finally, she said, I have to leave here now. Listen, deal with it on your own. A dream. Dreams don't really stick in my memory this clearly, do they? It might be the mom, the stepmom, or the adopted mom talking to him, and he's remembering the mother's words to him, the stepmother's words to him. Or, yeah, stepmother, I guess I would rather call it. Or adopted mom. Ugh. Mom. Ugh. Ugh. Knew it. I kind of assumed that he was going to smoke the first thing he does in the morning. It's interesting that this guy is not having lung cancer or any lung problems yet. Fuck. I'm sick of this. Red. Red. Look. Looks fun. I like how he's trying to describe it as like he's telling it to us in person. This window's hella dirty. Okay, time to wipe it down. I'm gonna wipe the crap out of this window. Maybe I should call up the dream fortune teller and have my fortune told. What the hell? What a crock of crap. Alright. Let me see if he actually did, if he's gonna say the same line. Yeah, because he said he's gonna clean the window, and then he didn't really, like, change his dialogue or something, I guess. I thought he would at least change his dialogue because he cleaned the window, but whatever. Slash is back! Slash it back. I want to make sure I'm not overtiming it, because I want to make sure I save in the moments of being on time with the episode. From Slash, the subject, the Bat News. The Batman! The Batman has been caught! We now know the true identity of the Batman. Just kidding, I'm sorry, I'm being weird. I sent some info on the Bat to an underground BBS. The account he used to mail you was some abandoned account on the net. All sorts of people have been using it, really. So it's impossible to find out who he is from that. Excuse me. But there's a way to track him. Although I can't mention it here, it may actually be really easy. Today's bonus present is a rare file of Sayaka Bayan. Enjoy! Later. Slash. Wait, we have... I want to see it. I want to see what the Cyan Bayan clip he's sharing with us. I wonder if we can actually even access some of those things that he's been mentioning. She looks like any other girl. Oh, he's talking about Bayan? Bayan? The Sayaka girl that he watched, I guess? She has no idea if she's been being watched, and she looks bored. Maybe she's exhausted, but she looks older than usual. The video made it obvious why she'd want to die. She probably couldn't take it. It was too much for her. She was being watched without knowing it. So she simply chose to end it. She decided to say goodbye to this effed up world. Actually, it's funny because I finished reading GTO, Great Teacher Onizuka, and it's interesting to read that manga from start to finish. I finished it in like a week's reading time because I got super obsessed with trying to read through it, and I was like, I really love that manga a lot. Well, not love, that's a bit too passionate. I'm not too passionate that way, but I like the manga a lot. And I think that in the case of the suicide thing, I feel like it kind of plays, they did kind of explore those territories where one of the girl characters, similar to this style, where it's like they want to commit suicide, but in the case of the manga, it like they have the main character try to like explore that and try to prevent that kind of thing at the same time. It's really interesting to see, and then of course other characters try to support that or help the other characters from preventing their own deaths and stuff like that. It's really interesting to see that, you know, like this one's more serious tone while the other one's all obviously a comedic manga. But this one is like, it's being serious, but it's also trying to show the darkness of the world. And I kind of see some interesting blends of the two ideas a little bit differently. And I'm really enjoying it. I don't know, it's interesting to kind of see different mediums, different things for a different style of an event. Like in Yakuza 0, there was like a guy who was trying to commit suicide as well. And that's because of his situation of sorts. It was a sub-story, if anybody knows. I think it was 0 or No, it wasn't Zero. It was Kwame. Sorry, mixed the two a little bit because I played 2 and like I played Kwame 0 and Kwame 2 like all together at once, so I might mix and match some of their sub stories together by accident because I played it straight. Like I played it all the way through and through, and then you're like, I didn't really take a break between the games because I really love the Yakuza series a lot. But in a sense, like this game is like really explored in a much more dark tone. So, anyways, yeah, ready. I already read that whole thing, anyways. The memo. Tokio Morishima to Erika. Subject: nothing special. Looks like Kamui Net was destroyed. You have any info? I wonder what kind of guy this old man customer is. By the way, do you know how to search for hidden cameras? I feel like I'm being watched at home. That's a joke. But when looking into Kamui online, you should be careful. Unless you want to deal with some screw stick like the bat, that is. I feel like Erika's being watched as well, but we don't know that for sure either. I totally forgot to mail my mom. He didn't send the mail. I thought he saved the drafts, but apparently not. I got your mail. I got the pomegranates too. I tried them. How nostalgic. I feel like I used to eat lots of these and figs too. Don't see much of those recently. Anyways, I don't know why I'm reading off of it. I realized I was reading off of his with his voice. I'm glad you seem to be doing well. Things are the same as always over here. I'm not that busy, so I'll make some time to go visit. Talk to you later. Alright, now he's actually sending an email to the mom. For once. Another memo already? Oh my god. This guy's not stopping with a memo. He's hitting a streak in the memos. Just the streak memos. Slash is another mongoloid with a knife. Looks like I gave him a toy for this game. That's fine, but he tends to get effed up sometimes. I also have no idea who Slash is or where he's from, but I'm only using him as a convenient tool. But on the other side of the internet, there's a guy who calls himself Slash, who actually exists. And he has his own everyday life as well. I don't know or care what kind of life that may be, but still. The internet can even tweak the real world itself. Which is true, because people have the cancel culture, which they try to tweak the real world with it, in a sense. And also get people fired as well. So, it actually has real world repercussion itself. And it could tweak that real world itself, which is interesting. I honestly think this game is ahead of its time. I swear it. If this was actually in the original game in 1999, or 1990, or in the early 2000s, this game is literally beyond its time. It literally is. I swear it. Suda51 or anybody from the Grasshopper manufacturer, the people who developed this game, is way too ahead of time. I realized this just now because I just keep forgetting that this game was not released during this year. It was released way behind like all the internet bullcrap that has happened. Way before YouTube existed. I honestly don't even know why I wasn't thinking this all this time. This is way too ahead of its time. It's thinking of it way ahead. I'm so surprised. This really bad feeling inside me keeps building up and spreading. One thing that's for certain is that if the bat really has the capacity to become a viable threat, then this is not just a game. Apparently that's exactly just what I want. I think that's what I said, or that's what he said. I didn't read it properly, I felt like. I close my eyes and the fears expands exponentially. Suddenly, something touched my hand. Thinking it would come from far away, I'd been listening for it. But without any warning, there was suddenly someone next to me. I can't let them notice me. Why? I don't know. Someone was trying to hold my hand. It was a child's hand. I opened my hand so as not to hold theirs back. Hold my hand. Please, hold it. It's the voice of a small child. I got the feeling that a child was standing in front of me, but not just one. I can hear the voices of the dozens of children lined up in front of me. Oh, so he might have influence of other kids, maybe. And behind me, someone suddenly grabbed my shoulder from behind, and I ended up turning around to look at them. There stood... Inbox. There stood... ... I actually prefer this style of telling his story thing over what 25th Ward did, because I know 25th Ward, they did something similar where they just kept reading emails after emails after emails, and it's like a whole big paragraph of like reading, because it's talking about the history of Meru, the character Meru in that one, in the 25th Ward. And I know Tokio kind of reads that email to himself, similar style to this, but I just don't know why they were making me read all that stuff so much. It was like overbearing. But here it at least paces itself properly at this point. Today's word: useless like beating the air. Something not worth doing at all, a complete waste of effort. I'm hitting the air. Ah! Okay, it's useless, beating the air. Got it. Sorry, I had to emphasize that today's words. Ah, I got it. I got it. Cigarette. It's interesting how we're just going through the days so quickly without having to like do too much so far. All right. Red. First thing he does, always talks to Red. Oh, he didn't even have a word for Red. Let me read. Let me talk to Red. No, really? Okay, fine. Alright, that's it for this episode anyways. Thank you guys for watching. This was an interesting episode so far. I feel like we're getting closer and closer to the end of I. This chapter is called I, of course. AI. I. Funnily enough, it could be AI. I mean, honestly, it could just be named AI, and it's conveniently named I, because it's trying to explore the idea of the internet somehow. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. In the next episode, we'll go ahead and continue I, the chapter of I. And hopefully we'll see what really comes down to Tokio's research or search over the Kamui-net and the bat, and how this whole resolves itself. I highly doubt that it's going to be a quick resolve. I feel like it's going to take a little burn before we resolve this chapter with like what happens to Tokio with the bat, the true bat of this whole situation. But otherwise, yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever happens next episode. I think it's a little bit slower, but it's a little bit interesting at least, because he's talking about a dream slowly, and it's chasing something like that, and it's pacing itself by returning to some places differently, like going to the Jackhammer, going to Mulholland, just to kind of distract you from the constant email reading and the constant memos. But yeah, we'll see. Otherwise, that's it for this episode, and next one is hopefully done very shortly here today, so we'll see. Roz, out.